How would you like some peanut butter with that jelly sandwich? Mother.
Hey, oh, it's the Chris Court Show. Hey, oh.
What's going on? This is Southside Jake. You're listening to the Chris Court Show, and this show is brought to you by...
Hi. Welcome back to the Chris Court Show. We have Matt sitting in front of me, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Lovely PJ Conway.
Hi.
That's all you got?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you are here. And of course, you heard in the intro, Southside Jake. How you doing, man?
I'm well. Thanks so much for having me, boys. Salutations.
Yes, all the way from Southside.
All the way. I took it was a long trek. Thanks for the hotel accommodations and the overnight.
Well, you know, that's what we do here.
No, I'm right down the road. It took me like 5 minutes to get here. Thank you.
Yeah, and you were eating at Craples.
I had a steak at Craples and a whiskey, and I'll tell you what, it was glorious. And I told you off air I was worried about the timing, and it was flawlessly executed, need I
You don't
say.
have to worry about timing here. We're never on time.
I learned that.
As you see.
I'm not going to give away the secrets, but I was nervous about a call time that was not necessary. Yes.
Don't worry about that. We got that covered for you. So,
But at least we have alcohol to cover the time.
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah, we got plenty of it. If you need any more, we have Cuddy Circ. Actually, this ain't bad.
If you put it on ice, it's really not bad.
Yeah. Not too bad at all.
Doing shots of it's terrible.
Yeah. So, you're a Busch Light guy.
I love the Busch Light. Yeah, I'm a domesticated light beer kind of guy.
Yeah.
But by Busch, for real, there's always a couple 30 racks in the garage.
Yeah.
I love Busch Light.
And you actually drink the bottles? This is the first time drinking bottles.
Well, I prefer the bottles. I don't drink the bottles because you can't acquire bottles in a tavern, at least around here. And then if you get a 30 rack of Busch Light, like it's way more economically feasible to just grab a couple 30 racks. But anytime down south or in Nashville or whatever, you go to a bar, they always have bottles.
No shit.
So I'm like, yeah, dude, give me a Busch Light bottle, please.
Yeah. I was feeling bougie. I wanted to get the bottles.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think beer, it's all psychological. I think it tastes better out of a bottle.
Actually, so do I.
Yeah.
The can... they say that can is supposed to be better, but I like it like coming from the glass, from the actual bottle. It just does something. And maybe it's the actual opening.
It's got to be...
Wrapping your lips around the whole opening. And
you guys were talking about brewing beer.
You like that?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What's that, PJ?
You like the kind of opening.
Oh, yeah.
The bottleneck, you know.
That's a bottleneck.
Things that are that shape.
Jesus.
I'm actually the opposite with the cans. I think it tastes better out of a can.
Oh, really?
Well, there's purists that I can't speak knowledgeably, but you guys were talking about brewing beer and all this stuff when we were talking off air. I think there's actual logical reasons why bottle is not better.
There
like
is.
As far as
yeah.
a brewmaster would be like upset that I said that, but for me, just Southside Hillbilly, I like the bottle.
I'm in agreement with you, but there is this, there is ideology behind a can because of there's no sunlight that can get through.
Yeah.
There's no CO2 that can get out or anything like that. Like in a top, it can still get out.
That's also the difference between a brown bottle and a green bottle and a clear bottle, right? Like different light can get in or whatever. Like, I see.
And that's why the Coronas and stuff have that musky smell to it
because
of
the sunlight.
It's all clear.
Yep.
Interesting.
Most Mexican lagers do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even when it comes to that, I think it's cheap beer. Sol, like the Sun, S-O-L.
Oh,
that's my favorite
Yeah.
Mexican beer out of a bottle, always.
I don't think I've ever had that, actually.
Sol's my favorite. I think it's a cheap beer, but I'm not knowledgeable enough in the space. I just know a Sol out of a bottle is a very enjoyable.
Oh, that's just regular light beer?
I think it's Busch Light. You know what I mean? I think.
It's the Mexican version of Busch Light.
I think so. But again, I'm way out of my...
We'll have to try that out.
We're starting off on a topic that I'm way outclassed on already, so I don't know.
We'll try it out.
We'll try it out. Yeah.
So PJ, what were we going to show him? Yeah, I seen you grabbing the papers here.
PJ's excited to do show and tell.
Your insides?
We do have a camera today, so make sure you show the camera as well.
There is a camera. You can.
Oh, did you have a procedure, sir?
I had a colonoscopy.
Oh, my, it looks like a pear.
It's a clean.
There you go.
It even says on there, a clean Butthole.
Let
It
Dr.
doesn't say
Jake
butthole.
get a look
but-
here.
Looks kind of nice.
It looks like a
Yeah, I thought so.
I actually watch.
a peach.
Yeah.
Sometimes I watch porn
Now,
where
some of
they
it-
put a camera inside. It kind of looks like that. It's nice.
Wait, what?
That's good.
You watch
ever seen that?
colonoscopy porn?
No, it's not inside. The,
He's talking about
it's not
vaginal
Yeah, it's in the videos.
Oh, okay. So there's actually porn where they stick a
They put a
colonoscopy.
little camera on the penis and put it in there.
Really? Why would you want to see that?
Why would I want to see the colonoscopy?
I didn't search.
Look
I
how
didn't
clean
search
it
for
is.
it.
Look how clean it is, Jake.
Southside Jake's ready to leave.
I just checked the time.
You really did.
No polyps. It looks like clean walls. Not a lot of tears.
Thank you,
Looks-
thank you.
Yeah,
Dude, your insides
congratulations.
are,
Thank you, Dr. Southside Jake.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that was the picture of my throat, though.
This one was?
No, it's my ass.
No,
Either
I see
way.
clear. This is colon right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. You know a colon when you see one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how was that? Did they put you under?
Oh yeah, it was terrible. I had to take Marilax. I had to take. It was a whole
Oh,
thing.
because you got to flush before, right?
Yeah, it was rough. Like, that day you got to absolutely do nothing and just shit. That's pretty much it.
Damn, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Way too much info, especially in this forum.
Oh yeah.
When?
You haven't listened to our show, have you?
What age are you supposed to start getting these? Why does want to bust you
45.
about? And are you there yet?
No, I'm not there. But
So is everything okay?
I had low iron.
So let's stick a camera in the butt.
Well, they said. So my doctor said, all right, low iron is usually it's normal in a girl.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Well, then I'm good. And he said, no, because you're a man. So he had me go to another doctor that you have to get a colonoscopy because there's some internal bleeding. Like women have internal bleeding when they have their periods and shit.
Yeah.
Well, this was internal bleeding in a man, so it was worrisome, so they had me do it.
Damn.
But there was nothing wrong.
But you're good for real?
Yeah, I'm good.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Salud.
Right. I drank some
Happy New Year.
whiskey for that, so.
And you
think
probably
Dr.
lost a little weight flushing all that nonsense out of you.
I think Dr.
3 pounds.
Patel is just into that kind of thing.
I got to get his autograph. Rob
Oh,
sent
you
me the pictures.
You should get him to
Oh,
sign
did?
them and frame them.
We got, on our live show, we were auctioning off a album from my old band that we were all going to sign, and then I was going to have my doctor sign. Oh, I could just use that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could superimpose that.
Oh, shit.
Doctor,
You don't,
Now
have,
that
you
it's-
don't even have to go talk to him.
Right.
does
You
nice
just,
work.
you just illegally steal his, his signature.
I don't think there's nothing illegal about this. All right, so, Jake, man. So,
There's not one transition that's going to go well.
I had...
So speaking of my butt, heard you've been writing some music.
I heard from the grapevine. So yeah, man. I first off, I want to not appreciate. Look at this alcohol is coming to me now. We're talking about my colonoscopy, and I'm getting
We're
nervous.
flustered.
Yeah, I want to apologize for talking about my asshole first off, but PJ brought it up.
Yeah, well,
I told him to though.
I was impressed. So.
No.
He's
Wanted
prepared
to share it with the world.
The man didn't bring it up. He was prepared with documents and photo evidence.
When I sat down, they were
Yeah.
right next to me.
This wasn't staged at all.
Yeah, it's like remember was it Anchorman? He was like, I'm not prepared to play the flute. He just pulls the flute out of his sleeve. That's what
Right.
just happened. Oh, colonoscopy. Oh,
So you and PJ have known each other.
yeah. PJ and I played baseball together.
For a half hour.
Oh, is that what
we've
it
known
is?
each other.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, I just walked in, didn't freaking recognize the man. So I'm doing, hey, how you doing? I'm Jake. Good to see you. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah. And he's
like, yeah, I know.
It's like, yeah, I fucking know, dude. So
Were you ever
my
going to tell
bad.
him, PJ, or just were you going to let
Oh,
it
you
ride?
figured it out.
He was trying to let it play out.
Oh, okay.
I thought you figured it out after we shook hands. I thought you figured it out. And then we talked for a while.
So now it's more awkward.
No, so when I pulled up, way too much info. This is not interesting. You were backlit because I'm walking in
Yeah.
from the dark, so that you were just a silhouette figure. So I just shook some dude's hand, whatever, flustered,
Ah,
not
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Yeah.
Then when we come in, I'm like, I know this fucking guy.
Right.
This is internal dialogue.
Right.
But politely, we all look the same. We're all just dudes in hoodies that are roughly the same thing. So I'm like,
Right.
No, you don't know that guy.
I thought it was funny. I was asking you all these questions. I know all this stuff about you. And
I
you're
didn't
probably
know.
Like, what the hell is it?
No, I didn't know if you.
This guy did his
some
fucking research.
This guy's stalking me, man.
Dude, my ego is so
Yeah, there
fucking
you go.
big. I thought you did
famous.
some research.
Yeah, you're famous. Oh,
for
did
the
you-
pod.
Like, you
Turns out,
performed there. Yeah, no, I did a lot of.
I
Yeah,
thought you did research.
Yep.
I didn't know.
He's been doing research for years.
I know where you played baseball.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
We
I know where
Googled
you
the
went.
fuck
I
out
know
of
where
you.
you went to high school.
Yeah, you know it all.
I know.
No, dude, I feel like a dickbag, and I'm so sorry. And it's hilarious because, PJ and I played baseball together. We hung out, ran in the same similar friend group, the whole deal. And we were just saying we haven't seen each other since a buddy's a bachelor party, probably like 6 years
Yeah, it
ago.
was at least
He
6,
threw
7
a-
years probably.
He threw a baseball game because we were all baseball buddies, but I missed the game. So I saw you guys later that night and blah, blah, blah. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, PJ and I, despite introducing myself to you,
That's why
have known each other for years.
Well, that's why I had PJ here. I was like, yeah, so you should come to this because, he doesn't know you apparently, but
Dude, I thought the research on this program was impeccable.
that's hilarious.
Oh God, no!
That's my job here is to get to know the guests.
Yeah, I thought you were the fucking producer. Tap or flat water, sir? Bush Light, please.
Yes. So, first off, I want to get into your song that we're playing today,
Yes, sir.
Whiskey Man.
Yes, sir.
How did this come about? So, it's obviously about whiskey,
Yes, sir.
right? So, how did this come about? What were you thinking about when you wrote this?
Whiskey Man, I was lucky. So I've been doing music and recording music and trying to make music go out of Chicago forever. And I've recently had a little bit of momentum where I've made some cool connections down in Nashville. So I've been going to Nashville about every 2-3 months for about the last year, 2 years or so. And this last time I was like, dude, I needed to actually just get in the studio, actually focus on myself, record some music. So I recorded a song called Roll Out, where that was the reason I was down there. I had the producer, Joel Jorgensen. I had session musicians, one of whom, just humble bragging, was Katy Perry's like touring keyboardist. Like that was the main event.
Nice.
And I love that song. Shout out to Roll Out and all those guys, by the way. So Roll Out, and then me and this producer, Joel Jorgensen in Nashville, go out and proceed to just fucking tie one on. And we're drinking whiskey and beer, and then he gets some tequila shots and blah, 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 blah. The next day, my other music buddy, Brad Dollar, who lives in Nashville, that's a real name, by the way, Brad Dollar, not a stage name, was like, dude, just come over. Let's noodle around. Let's fuck around and try to, write something, see if something sticks. I'm hungover. My voice is like literally fucking gravel. And we sat in his place, and he's like, what'd you do last night? And I was like, dude, we were crushing whiskeys, had a few tequilas. And then he was like, hang on. He started noodling. Anyway, to land the fucking plane, Brad Dollar and I wrote and recorded Whiskey Man on the spot as an impromptu session. Wasn't even supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed it, thought it had legs, so we finished it up, ended up mixing it and mastering it here at a studio in Chicago, and the rest is history, as they say.
So this is one of the songs, it kind of is like, I don't want to say darker song, but it has that more...
gritty.
Yeah, gritty edge. I would say, yeah. That's a good word.
Yeah, we didn't have a goal of doing it that way. Again, my voice... So, I'm not a singer. Like, I can croon a little bit, I can carry a tune, I can sing, and I'm not being humble. I'm just genuinely not a singer, right? So, I'm not a singer, my voice is already fucked, and I'm singing on this song as well. So, it's definitely kind of got like a little bit more of a, gritty, gravelly situation going on.
Yeah, no, I like this.
It's always a good sound, though.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, people seem to be
I like the
rallying
gritty.
behind it so far.
No, I like this one a lot.
It's got some momentum. People are digging on it. I like it a lot. I'm proud of it. So,
Yeah. Well, let's roll into it. You want to put us in there?
Hell yeah. This is me, Southside Jake, Whiskey Man.
I'm a whiskey man, but I had a few tequilas. I was almost a somebody once. I'm on the old side of young and the young side of old. I'm still out here kicking up dust. I'm not a fighter, but don't you try her. I can't believe that it was enough. Hey, I'm a whiskey man, but I had a few tequilas. I was almost a somebody once. So Cuba Libres, one cold water. She was the shy type, I went and taught her. I got concrete in my soul and the bushlight in my veins. And I try to drown my sorrows, but it doesn't numb the pain. So what can you do? Just stay the course and sing a little heart, a little soul. I'm just trying to maintain. I've lived 1,000 lives and I lost 1,000 fights. I'ma overcome the demons, I'm just trying to get it right. Baby, you're not mine, but you're mine for this night. Let's do it for a couple back until we see that old sunlight. I'm a whiskey man, but I had a few tequilas. I was almost a somebody once. I'm on the old side of young and the young side of old. I'm still out here kicking up dust. I'm not a fighter, but don't you try her. I can't believe that it was enough. Hey, I'm a whiskey man, but I had a few tequilas. I was almost a somebody once. I broke a few hearts and I shed a lot of tears through the highs and the lows. I'm just conquering my fears. Life is full of lessons, some wish I never knew, but I gotta keep it pushing cause there's nothing else to do. I may not have it all, but I got my old guitar and these whiskey-soaked melodies healing up my scars. I'm just singing out my truth wherever I may roam. Lost man on a journey cause the music is his home. Baby, you're not mine, but you're mine for this night. Let's do it for a couple back until we see that old sunlight. I'm a whiskey man, but I had a few tequilas. I was almost a somebody once. I'm on the old side of young and the young side of old. I'm still out here kicking up dust. I'm not a fighter, but don't you try her. I can't believe that it was enough. Hey, I'm a whiskey man, but I had a few tequilas. I was almost a somebody once. Hey, I'm a whiskey man, but I had a few tequilas. I was almost a somebody once. Yeah, I'm a whiskey man, but I had a few tequilas. I was almost a somebody once. I'm on the old side of young and the young side of old. I'm still out here kicking up dust. I'm not a fighter, but don't you try her. I can't believe that it was enough. Hey, I'm a whiskey man, but I had a few tequilas. I was almost a somebody once. A whiskey man, but I had a few tequilas. I was almost a somebody once. I'm on the old side of young and the young side of old. I'm still out here kicking up dust. I'm not a fighter, but don't you try her. I can't believe that it was enough. Hey, I'm a whiskey man, but I had a few tequilas. I was almost a somebody once.
Do you have a band or just have music you want to send to the Chris Court Show? Send us what you got. We will definitely play it and we'll give you good promotion. Just send MP3s and information to chriscourtshow@gmail.com.
Southside Jake, Whiskey Man. Loved it.
Yeah,
Loved
buddy.
it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
I can hear the grits, the raspy voice too.
Yeah, it was on. You know how those next mornings are. So it was on extra.
PJ had one of those on Monday.
Oh, I did. I didn't write a song though.
You should have.
No, I did not have the mental capabilities.
So you said, where did you get the beat at?
That's all original music. Brad Dollar is the gentleman's name.
Okay.
Yeah. So him and I have been noodling, trying to write one together for a long time. He sent me like a catalog of instrumentals, all great, by the way, but none of them were like properly hitting. So that's why we got in the room together, because it was like, dude, let's just sit down and noodle.
Right.
You guys are musicians. It was supposed to just be like, let's noodle.
Right.
And that noodling turned into like, wait, what'd you just play? So I can play what I affectionately call campfire guitar. Like I can grab a guitar and play notes and sing you a song, but I'm not a guitarist by any means. He is, and he's a proper multi-instrumentalist and producer. So we were in the room, he played some lick, and I was like, dude, let's start there. And then we kind of just built it. in the room, and then once the instrumental was done, I was already going on the lyrics, and
that's great.
It literally was, all the corny cliches. Sometimes you write a song for 6 weeks, and sometimes you write one in 4 hours. This is one of the 4 hours ones that just came through.
And you never sing on any of them?
I've
there's
always,
a couple I thought I heard.
yeah, I do. I croon here and there. I've got a song called Southside Girl where the pre-chorus is like a croony kind of singing thing. So I've been dabbling. The song I put out right before this, the Rollout one I referenced, I sing on that. But I sing on that. There's a female vocalist. There's layering. You know what I mean? Like I'm not winning any American Idol ever.
Yeah.
But I can carry a tune and get you through.
Right. No, I liked it. It was
some Hootie, some Pearl Jam, some Johnny Cash, like whatever that just like crooning register is. I can pull some of that off.
Well, all those guys are famous and made it. So.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
This is the coolest part is that it was written on the spot though too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's how it goes with a lot of them. I mean, PJ, you were around for a lot of... The whole reason I do music, which is absurd, is we would just freestyle rap at parties.
Mm-hmm.
And at the risk of being overconfident, I was halfway good at it. So we would kind of get the attention of the party. This is with Stack and Steve and all the guys that, we know. And then we started making up silly songs where we would all know the chorus, but I would just freestyle rap in between, like stupid stuff. We had one called Backflips on Your Face and Spaghetti Taco. Just
you guys did that. You guys do that like no string song with Stack?
Exactly.
That one was great. I remember hearing that. Yeah, it was real
We were
fun.
just dicking around, drunk guys at a party. And then we said, we got to record something.
Yeah.
We got to record something. This is like 15, 16, 17 years ago. So we figured out how to record one of our super silly, like air quotes, college party songs. And politely, it was egregiously bad as far as the mix and all that stuff. We didn't know our ass from our elbow. So that's what kicked the whole thing off. Then I was like, dude, I like this. I'm passionate about this. I'm halfway okay, at least, freestyling. So then I was like, let me make an actual attempt to write a proper song. And then the first ever song I properly wrote was a song called City Kids. And I ponied up some money, actually recorded it at a studio, blah, blah, blah. And then the rest is history.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's a good back bio of that.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
And you were there during all this. Hey,
I was there for some of it. Yeah. Chris and I put together a song. But I had it was over a bottle of Elijah Craig, but I already had the lyrics written, so it wasn't like written out. We kind of put it together over the bottle.
Yeah, he wrote the lyrics and sent it to me, and we just just wrote it out, and I played the guitar and then sang it, and then he wrote all the lyrics.
Yeah, but that's what songwriting
is.
Exactly. Like, I've got a lyric graveyard on my phone right now of shit that comes in my head, and you throw it on the Notes app or whatever. You know what I mean?
I have a shit ton.
Just because if you guys sat down and you said we're having a songwriting session, which is what you did, but like if you were both and Nashville and this is songwriting, you would come prepared with lyrics and some kind of shit anyway. You know what I mean?
You bring ideas. So, you don't just show up empty. You bring ideas.
So I guess I'm saying don't shortchange yourself. You guys, you absolutely wrote a song.
Well, Chris has done plenty of songs. I wrote one song.
I want to hear it.
But I think your song. I think your song hits.
What's it called?
It's not on Spotify.
What is it?
Yet.
What is it, PJ?
Nocturnal Emissions.
And this is what was it about?
But we need the version with the
live.
Well,
we could show them the version after this.
Though. Yeah, you won't be able to hear it on here.
I could put it up on our page.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah,
that's awesome, dude. Good on you.
We were talking about recording.
He wanted you to do a rap on it.
It's 2 verses. You could throw a little rap in the middle,
dude.
I think it would be cool.
Send it over.
Yeah,
have your people call my.
We'll have to record it and then put a little shit in there, like because everything
make it sound better.
Everything is live, so it was kind of we couldn't mess with it.
It was fun. It was like fun. That was during a New Year's Eve party like 6-7 years ago. Is when we like recorded it just like a.
I believe you guys recorded that while we were drinking Cuddy Sark.
But
you're right. But that same bottle.
I think the first time was in my garage after we had put it all together. So then. But it came out nice. You'll hear it later. We'll show you later.
I mean, that's the same exact thing I was doing. It literally, it's just like, I got some stuff. Like, you play a little guitar. Like, let's sit in a room. Like, there's so much tinkering to figure it out.
Oh yeah.
And I just happened to get bit by the bug and was like, I'm fucking passionate as hell about this. So I'm gonna.
I always had that like when I started writing music, it just started coming out like a waterfall. Like as soon as I was like, okay, I can actually do something with this, then I was using like computer stuff like Cool Edit back in the day and recording on that and like banging as drums. I would bang the table and shit. And that shit was fun. And then you start progressively going into like more shit. You start getting a band. You start, writing more shit. You start tinkering around with the guitar. And that's how it just becomes to fruition. Like, damn, I can actually do something.
You just stay the course.
Right.
And then you look up one day and it's 20 years later and you're like,
Right.
oh, shit, I did some cool shit.
Yeah.
Or at least some stuff I'm proud of, or whatever.
I've done stuff that I'm proud of. Like, I think anyone that does record shit or, even your song, right. I think you should be proud of that. I mean, that was
for sure. Just to do something because
it's a touchy song.
I've never been super. Yeah, it's very romantic. But no, I always like going to your guys' practices. To Chris's band, I used to go to the practice and see him like work stuff out and put together the song, and I always liked that process. It was cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, if you don't know where music comes from, it's a fucking magic trick,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like it was a million years ago. It was like literally 60 Minutes or something weird, and I think it was like Tracy Chapman. Anyway, I was like a kid, and they wrote a song on the spot, like during the 5-minute interview segment. And I was just like, my mind was blown. I was like, wait, you can do that? You're allowed to do that? Wait, what does that mean? But you know what I mean? Like, if you don't know where music comes from, I'm convinced it's like a magic trick.
Yeah.
It's like building a motorcycle. Like, I don't know what? The engine just works, dude. Like, I can say some stuff about pistons or whatever, but I don't fucking know.
Right.
It goes.
Yeah.
But if you're a mechanic, you're like, dude, what are you talking about?
Right. This is the easiest shit in the world.
It's simple physics and mechanics. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Well, they say Paul McCartney wrote Yesterday, and it came to him in a dream. And that's insane to me.
Didn't he just wake up and go to the piano?
He woke up with a song in his head, and it was Yesterday.
Did you guys check the that Beatles documentary at all on the Disney Plus or whatever?
Yes, the Get Back one.
That was another thing.
Yes.
It was just fun. It's the way they put it together was great because you're like a fly on the wall just watching them do their thing. I like that they didn't do like a voiceover or nothing. They just let you kind of just watch.
Well, he was sitting there noodling, and they showed the whole songwriting process when he was sitting there alone. Which one? JoJo was a man. Get Back. Right.
Get Back.
It was great.
Name of the fucking documentary. Figure it out, kid. But when they're sitting there in that scene, and he's literally just noodling on the guitar, and then he's kind of trying to find it vocally, and then he finds it, and then the boys come in, and then the next thing you know, they're like doing it. It's like, dude, it's awesome. Like,
and they definitely had that magic. I mean,
they changed it a ton too. They changed Get Back.
Oh, yeah.
It would like started off like a political song, and then they completely changed it.
A lot of their songs were fucking changed so much. Because John Lennon and Paul McCartney, in my opinion, were one of the greatest songwriting duos ever.
dude, period.
So they inspired each other to do that shit.
What's the saying? Is it iron sharpens iron or whatever? Like,
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's that they weren't shy to tell the other that no, that doesn't work.
No,
so
completely
then
not.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it wasn't like no one's ego was bigger than the other's ego, because they're both fucking huge. John Lennon and Paul McCartney, like those are two household names. So,
Yep.
All right. Speaking of the Beatles, let's talk about Southside Jake.
Hell yeah. Two similar caliber musical acts.
Right. So, we wrote out some interview questions.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Actually, AI wrote this out for us.
I wrote a lot of these questions
Had
for
to
us.
Google this bum. He had to drum up an old childhood.
No, so, and they were actually pretty good. And so, actually, one of my questions is, what are your influences?
Well, everything we're talking about. So I'm all over the board. Like, I grew up classic rock guy. Beatles, Pink Floyd, Tom Petty, The Who, Hendrix, whatever. I'm classic rock guy. And then love heavy metal, Metallica, Pantera. I don't know if it's called heavy metal, but went heavy into like Deftones, Kitty, like all that kind of stuff.
No
and
shit,
then
okay.
obviously I'm a hip hop kid, like all of that mid to late 90s meets early 2000s rap. I mean, holy shit, talk about mesmerized. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I love it all. I know that's like a cliche answer. But
No, I am almost with you on that.
yeah, hip hop, classic rock, country.
Yeah.
Shit, like sign me up. Soul.
Do you, So you kind of, when you rap, you remind me a lot of Atmosphere.
I get that a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the tonality is the same.
Yeah.
And I think the topics are somewhat similar.
Yeah.
My deal is like this. Authenticity is the only thing we can be, right? So it's so funny. Like, I'm 39 years old. So he's like, you tell me, what do you do? Like, oh, I'm a rapper. Like, it's obviously I get that the initial reaction is like, LOL, fuck this guy. You know what I mean? But I think the reason it works and it sticks is because, and PJ can literally attest to this, or at least I think and hope so, like, I'm not coming in acting like some ding dong that I'm not, or rhyming about some shit that's not true. Like, we just listen to Whiskey Man. It says, I got concrete in my soul and a bush light in my veins.
Yeah.
Like, I'm literally sitting on concrete right now, slugging a bush light. Like, so I say all that not to just be like hyping myself up. I think it works because I can have all those influences similar to a guy like an Atmosphere and just be like, yo, I'm rapping about what I know.
Right.
And I'm not trying to be overly gangster guy, and I'm not trying to be over the top. It's just like, this is who the fuck I am. Right. And then also, and sorry for being long-winded, counterpoint, dog, I am from fucking Ford City, and I did go to Bogan, and fuck you, I'm probably more hood than more than the hood guys that you know. You know what I mean? So like, I think it comes out in this nice little cool, similar to Atmosphere, authenticity.
Authenticity.
Yeah. Authentic way.
Yeah. And I don't like to compare people to other things, but every time I listen to you, that's exactly what I hear.
I love that. I mean, that's fucking awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll take that all day.
No problem. Matt, you want to ask questions?
I can. Because usually just ask all the questions for me.
Well, you know.
A lot of these were from AI, so they're going to sound very professional questions.
Love it, please. I'll give my interview, like job interview answers.
Chicago has a rich history in hip-hop. How has the city influenced your music and unique elements? What unique elements do you bring to the songs?
Well, the city is the songs. I mean, to go on another diatribe that you guys didn't sign up for, I grew up in Ford City, which is a condo apartment building that you guys know, but the listeners might not. Very unique in that it's literally on like this island. It's like at a mall surrounded by Daly College and like a military base or whatever that thing is right over there. So I wasn't from the neighborhood, if that makes any sense. I was like on this island. So as a result, I could do a little West Lawn, a little Archer, a little Rainey, a little Scottsdale, a little Bogan, blah, blah, blah. Enter high school, went to Bogan, 79th and Pulaski, respect to Bogan. I was like, dude, I know I can achieve, that sounds so douchey, but like higher than this. I know I can achieve more than Bogan, athletically, school-wise, and we didn't have any money for Catholic school at all. We're from absurdly humble beginnings. So I figured out how to get into Whitney Young, which is like a magnet school. Blah, blah, blah. Let me just land the plane. I got into Whitney Young. It's like, dude, we don't have a car. We don't have a way to get there. So I'd walk from the Ford City condos to the edge of the Ford City Mall, take the 54B to Midway Airport, take the orange line downtown, get the blue line back to UIC, and then walk to Whitney Young.
That's a hell of a trek to go to school.
So to land the plane on your question, I've been breathing in the entire essence of Chicago my entire existence of life. You know what I mean? So personally, yes, my sound is the streets and Chicago. And with respect to what you said, like, dude, you want to talk about Common and Rhymefest and Crucial Conflict and Twista and all that Chicago shit? Like, I was also just a student and a fan and a stan of all of that as well. So.
Yeah. Didn't you played with, or you opened up for Twista?
I opened up for Twista twice. I just met Rhymefest like 2 weekends ago. If you guys don't know him, he's like, he was on back in the day. He still is on. He was basically like mentor dude to Kanye West. He still runs the Donda Foundation, and he became an alderman. Rhymefest was the shit. He's been like a hero. So I opened for Twister a couple times. I met Rhymefest the other day. Oddly got somewhat close with some of the dudes from Crucial Conflict through a weird-ass connection. And yeah, man, I've got my toe in like multiple weird-ass worlds.
You play Lollapalooza too, right?
Did Lolla 2 or 3 times.
So how did you get that?
Dude, you know how, like, just, what do they say, showing up's half the battle, you know what I mean? So, remember that movie Drumline?
Yes.
Remember how, like, there's that one, it turns out he's, I forgive me, I forget if he's Indian or Pakistani, but there's the white dude who can't hit the drum.
Yeah.
That dude is Q. And met him through mutual friends. They have been doing like hip hop interpretations of Shakespeare and shit way before Hamilton.
Oh, wow.
They were the plug to the Lollapalooza situation. So they would put on a hip hop workshop at Lollapalooza where you perform and then you can come to the tent and cut a song in real time, like especially for young people and kids. Like, oh, you saw that dude perform on stage? Come meet him. We'll do a freestyle rap with you. We'll record it and you can like go home with a CD.
Yeah.
That's how all that shit started. So
Yeah.
literally the dude who can't hit the drum on Drumline,
Holy shit.
turns out they're rappers. They're in this Shakespeare hip hop collective. I got plugged in with them, blah, blah, fucking blah, Lollapalooza.
Wow.
I've always just been about showing up, and I'm not trying to just ramble, but like,
No, you're good.
be there. Hey, you want to do the podcast? Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a interview for WGN, but it's at 2 a.m. No one's gonna listen. Can
Yeah.
you be there? Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to do a kids hip hop workshop at 10 a.m. at Lollapalooza? Yes. Is that going to turn into like noon side stage the next year? Like, just show up and be
that's-
unassuming and see what the fuck happens.
That's something we've been hearing a lot because Josh Morningstar, another interview that we had, he was actually saying like, man, that's all I do is just play whatever. He's played bar mitzvahs. He's played, what did he
He said
say?
he played in the parking lot of a funeral home.
Yeah, he's like whatever they asked me to do, I'm just there. He's like, it's the only way you meet people and you get out your name out there.
Dude, it's the only way. And the good part is if you actually enjoy it and love it, you're just doing that shit anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you guys were like, you want to swing through? I was like, yeah. You were like, you want to do Zoom? I was like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll be there.
I didn't know how people are,
No,
with
I get it.
Yeah.
It's not about you guys per se. I'm just saying, like, I'm big on.
I like it personally to,
Yeah.
person to person.
Yeah, show up and show out.
No, we do a lot of Zoom interviews because, like, you don't know everybody. Everybody doesn't know you, so it's just easier to go online and do it. But, like, we know that you knew PJ.
You didn't know that you knew.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You didn't know you know someone here, but you do.
You didn't know that, but we knew that you knew PJ.
I'm here from nepotism the whole time. I had no fucking clue. I thought you guys just actually heard the tunes.
Surprise.
Nope.
Well, no, it wasn't because of PJ that you're here.
Oh, thank goodness.
No, I'm here because you're here. Though.
You're physically here because we knew that you knew PJ.
Nice. Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We probably would have forced the Zoom call otherwise.
Yeah, well, I think if they live near here, I'm okay. Well, it depends.
You don't know who they are, though. That's the other thing. You have
Yeah,
to say
but I
that.
kinda
Well,
do.
that's the
with
other thing. I
him-
feel
with
like
him, I feel comfortable
we
with
never
it.
sat around and like did this and drank, but I was like, dude, I know these guys.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Like,
Right.
I'm gonna go sit and drink a couple beers and talk some shit.
Yeah.
for a little
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Matt.
You can ask one.
Oh, okay. So, are there specific themes or messages that you try to convey into your music? So, like, it's not very. I don't hear too much politics, something like that. But I think you might have already answered this by just saying that you write lyrics of everyday life.
Yeah, gritty. Well, I guess it comes out gritty. Authentic truth at
Yeah.
all times. And my particular truth is, I guess, what you would call blue collar, which is, I say with a giant asterisk because I've never I've never worked in the trades or anything like that. I'm not blue collar, right? But my entire upbringing, life, like whatever that is and represents, blue collar.
Yeah.
I'm also a bit of a paradox because you guys would never know it. I'm like full-fledged spiritual hippie guy. Like spiritual
What do you mean by
awakening.
that?
Like I can
Should we have burned some sage before you came in?
Yeah.
We got it over there on the counter.
Yeah. No, I mean, no one wants to
really?
hear about this. I had a full-fledged, like, what I call a spiritual awakening, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So, like, completely in tune with spirit and the ether world
Oh,
and
no shit.
vibrations and all that kind of shit. So,
Wow.
I'm just this paradox between this blue-collar situation meets full-fledged spiritual hippie, which meets kind of, and I'm not saying I'm a tough guy because I'm not, but, like, meets kind of like fuck you Southside gangster guy. I do know crucial conflict. Fuck you meets like, oh, that's a beautiful book. Like, I don't know what the fuck I am. You know what I mean? But all I know is it's gonna be authentic and that.
Yeah.
Like, for real. These aren't flexings. I'm a Harley riding, pickup truck driving,
Yeah.
pit bull owning, cigar smoking son of a bitch.
Yeah.
and then I fucking cry because I saw something on TV that, you know what I mean, like caught my feelings the right way. And then I'm like, wait, am I a fucking bitch? So I'm a paradox, but all I can do in the music is some kind of element of that truth of the music. So sometimes you might hear a pure hip hop song from me, which is going to be more bravado and like, fuck you. Like I have one line, I'm the Dalai Lama if you drink rum chata. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean? And other times it's going to be more introspective, but it's always going to be authentic. You're never going to get some nonsense.
And that's, I like that a lot. And that's,
you know, you don't want to sing about like bitches on a yacht?
I will, and I have songs like that, but it's because on some level, not bitches on a yacht, but like, you know, maybe we are got the homie in Tampa that has a boat. Maybe we are out there crushing a couple bottles and hanging out, and the music's going, and we're smoking a cigar, and you are feeling that big pimping vibe.
There you go.
So there's some lines like that. Don't get it twisted, but it's
real.
It's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Matt. You said you wanted to be included in
I
these
don't want to read all of
I
these.
feel like I'm on the board of review for like Harvard Law or something right now.
Matt said that he didn't get to ask the questions our last interview, so I'm trying to include him.
We had a list of questions, and he just asked every single one back to back to back, and I'm like,
oh, then you got to scan and figure
It's got to be
out which
natural,
one.
motherfucking natural.
All right, how did slow motion get played on Blackhawks games?
I worked for the Chicago Blackhawks professionally for 13 years. So I wanted...
Wait, actually United Center or the actual Blackhawks?
I was in the Blackhawks front office for 13 years.
No shit.
I was on the business side, so I wasn't making hockey decisions. So I played baseball and basketball at Rockford College, which is now Rockford University. Mm-hmm. And every young person coming out is like, oh, I'm going to play pro ball. Like, and PJ, you could attest to this. I have no fucking shot at pro ball. So then it's like, well, what's the next best step? Oh, you can work in sports? I never knew that. So blah, blah, blah. I got an internship in soccer, and I got my first job properly out of college was 06, 07 Chicago Blackhawks, like full-time
No shit.
guy. And I was with the Hawks from 07 to 2019.
Okay.
So I rode the wave for
you were at the
all
perfect
three
time.
Stanley Cups, the parades, the rings, the whole fucking routine, which was so surreal. So when I left the Blackhawks, I was obviously still homies with all those guys. And and they might call bluff on this. I don't think I was like, play my shit. I think I was just like at a game, and one of the homies was like, yo, Jimmy on the music, like you got to do this or whatever, and they did it. But then the Bulls, this is what I'm saying. Now this is not about showing up, but like it's funny how things steamroll, like we were saying earlier. So then like the Chicago Bulls, turns out they have like a local artist spotlight series, where you can play a song like you guys just did for me, and then they put you on the big screen. So then like they did that, and then it parlayed into, hey, it's not a game, but we got a big charity thing at the stadium for a Bulls thing. Do you want to perform that? And then it was like, oh, shit. And then I forget if it was Bulls or Blackhawks were like, come do a quick halftime thing. And then you look up and you're like, damn, I played the United Center like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Like, the shit is fucking insane. But the actual grassroots answer is, I fucking worked there for 14 years.
Was it sold out every time we played the United Center?
I'd like to call it packed out.
Okay.
Well, the Blackhawks games were for sure because, they sold out like crazy. Bulls was definitely full in there. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Sold out. It was packed out.
Sold out shows you played at United Center.
Yeah, crazy. But that's the whole thing too, dog. Like showing up, and I know I'm not trying to be fucking like motivational guy.
Yeah.
But coming out of college, I took respectfully the shittiest internship ever. It was for the Chicago Storm, which is a defunct professional indoor soccer league. And I took a free internship. And then that internship parlayed in the Blackhawks job. Mm-hmm. Now, this is Blackhawks coming out of 05-06. They were ranked quite literally by Sports Illustrated the worst franchise in professional sports. When I was taking the job, they straight up asked me, why do you want to work here? Not like a job interview, like, oh, so what do you want? Like, no, why do you want to work here? We're the shittiest thing ever. And
what were you thinking? Why did you apply?
And the office was at 680 North Lakeshore Drive, which is essentially Navy Pier, and I was on 58th and Moody.
Okay.
So talk about another uphill in the snow both ways thing to get over there, full suit and tie for $7 an hour.
Oh, wow.
So doing that shit, again, not to be self-serving, is what parlayed. Like, people look now like, and I know you didn't say this, like, how'd you get your song in the Blackhawks game? Oh, I figured, pussy, you knew somebody. Yeah, bitch, I knew somebody because I took like the hardest, most grinded out path that ever fucking lived.
It was crazy because I was thinking that same exact thing.
Yeah, it's not like my grandpa owned the club and was like, ooh, you know what I mean? It's like, bitch, yeah, I know somebody. But so if you show up and show out enough times, eventually you will know somebody. And I apologize for being on my soapbox on that shit.
No, you're
like,
good.
You know, but yeah, Hawks was...
Yeah, you knew somebody because you struggled for several years making minimum wage.
Right, and then it works out.
Yeah.
But the Hawksers are crazy, dude. Yeah, I was there fucking 13, 14 years, 3 cups, the whole run. It was insane.
Yeah.
So much
Yeah,
fun.
that had to have been... You said you were on the bus?
Dude, they treated... Their philosophy was, within reason, one team. Mm-hmm. So whether you were front office or player or whatever, obviously the players still got a little... way more preferential treatment. So we were in the parades on the buses. We all got rings. We were with the Stanley Cup. Mike Gapsky is a Southside guy. He's the trainer of the Blackhawks forever. Him and I took the Stanley Cup to fucking Bourbon Street. We took it to what was it called?
Shit.
Hackney's, the joint on like 127th in Harlem. I think it's gone now.
Yeah, it's Woo's house now.
Yeah. Like it was. Those were some fucking insane years. That was crazy time.
Yeah. The amount of pussy that can give you, I'm sure.
No idea.
No idea or no comment?
I was in church.
So we usually do a shot with our interviewees.
Prove it.
So let's do it.
What do you want?
Well, we only got Cuddy Circ.
Did we drink all the
You got
Malort
no
last
Malort?
time?
Oh, we got Malort. You want to do Malort?
I mean, I'll do anything, but
Malort's a Chicago
the
liquor.
song is called Whiskey, man. We got the whole thing of
we
whiskey
got
right
the
there.
whiskey.
Like,
Let's-
You got the Irish whiskey?
That was the
the
best
Peaky
way to get out of a
Blinders.
Malort shot I've ever heard.
No, I'll do
Usually-
Malort. So here's another humble brag. I don't know if we keep running during this shot or not.
Yeah, we'll keep
but,
running while he's going to run off.
So I left the Blackhawks for a company called Cameo. And Cameo is that company where you
Why does that
can
sound
get...
familiar?
That's the one you can get a video shout out from a celebrity.
That's what it was.
So you can be like, hey, Brett Favre, tell PJ that happy birthday, and I hope you're...
Yeah, and you pay so much money for it, but yeah.
So I went there, and my job there was to recruit the talent and celebrities to be on the platform. But they started a podcast, and they asked me to host the goddamn thing, but they had the connections to the celebrities. So now I'm in, like, L.A. interviewing Lance Bass and Sinbad and all these fucking celebrities, but our whole hook on the podcast was because the Chicago handshake is like a shot of Malort and a Midwestern beer. We called it the Cameo handshake. So I would literally, but we would record 2 or 3 in a day. So it'd be like, shit, this is amazing. I'm with Lance Bass in LA, ripping a shot of Malort with his ass. But then in 2 hours, we got another one because Sinbad's coming through. So I'm like, by the end of these fucking things, I'm like 4 Malort shots deep. And I'm like, you know, it was a trip. It was wild.
What did they think of the Malort?
Most people took it in stride. I would always hype it up, though, and be like, dude, you're going to fucking hate this. So I think they were over-prepared.
Right. You got to do that.
Yeah. But the coolest one was Lance Bass by far.
I always just tell people it's like the smoothest, best liquor you're ever going to
Yeah, that's what I would have done. You're going to love this. Tastes
Yeah,
great.
I went the backwards route. It tastes like a jockstrap, dude.
But a good one.
Or like, what's
I
that
always,
shot?
I always
with-
described it as a crusty penny you found underneath your 1995 Civic.
Exactly. Or what's there's a fun name for it, but the shot that's just all the leftover juice under like the bar mat that you would take when you were like,
It's a bar mat shot.
is that what it's? Yeah, it
That's what I've always known it
It
as.
tastes like fucking that. It's just absurd. Thank you, sir. Thank you, strange man.
That actually-
you've never seen before. What a nice stranger.
You got it, buddy.
What a nice
I don't want to
stranger.
lift it over the equipment itself. So.
Why?
Because I don't want to buy new shit.
So we'll
right,
do it
here.
over here. Cheers, salud, boys. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me too, by the way.
No problem. Thanks for coming.
See, you can't do a shot of whiskey over the Zooms.
That's true.
Scrumptious.
Oh, we've done it a couple times already.
Is that the Cuddy? What was that?
That was
Peaky Blinders.
Where'd it go? There it is.
Here it is.
You know, I think I was drinking some
no
of that
shit.
on New Year's too.
Yeah.
It was all that mixing that got me.
The mixing?
Dumb question. Is
mixing.
that obviously affiliated with the show? Or
Yeah.
Is it just,
Yeah.
I think it's actually Sadler's whiskey.
Nice. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Sad.
Yeah, I think Tim brought that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's just like a Peaky Blinders edition.
Yeah.
Love it. Appreciate it.
So
What's on the list? What do you got?
actually, this is a question that I wanted to ask. So, is there any other artists, rappers, or songwriters, whoever, that you dreamt of working with?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, it's going to be such a hodgepodge, right? Like, if I could sit down in a room with Jay-Z and Zach Brown,
Oh shit!
that would be sick as
That'd be
fuck.
interesting.
Yeah.
This is random, but Nate Roos, he's the singer of Fun Period.
Yeah.
Some nights I stay.
Yeah.
I think he's a prolific fucking songwriter. I'd love to be in the room with him. Like,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, and then it's just like we were talking about the Beatles, like dream world. I don't know. So I mean, if Paul
Right.
McCartney wants to throw back a little Peaky Blinder and noodle around a bit, yeah. But give me Jay-Z, Zach Brown, give me Nate Roos, and I'm in a good spot. I'm good to go.
No shit.
Yeah.
Didn't expect it to go there.
Where'd you think for real?
I was thinking more Tupac. I don't know why Tupac.
Because he's still alive.
Yeah.
James Hetfield.
See, that's a great answer.
Yeah.
You're right there. I mean, that's yes to
Yeah.
all these. Like,
Yeah, right,
You guys
right.
got to shout an answer like yes.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
Tupac and-
I would
yeah,
not
yeah.
want to do that.
Sorry, I'm holding out for Nate Roos. Sorry, Tupac, who's still alive in Puerto Rico.
Do you hear they just caught his
Yeah,
Killer.
It is arrested as killer.
crazy
and
times.
now Puff Daddy or Diddy or P Diddy, whatever his name is
Sean Combs.
like he's the one who put the hit on it.
dude, this is a spiral, but there is a lot of stuff going on in the entertainment world right now where like lids are coming off stuff, whether true or not, and like the allegations around all that Tupac Diddy stuff.
Yeah, it's
Diddy's
insane.
under a lot of heat with sexual assault stuff. Cat Williams was on the Shannon Sharp podcast last night or the night before, went in on all of,
I seen that.
yeah, so, for the record, I don't know dick about none of that. I'm observing this as a fan, but shit's going down right now.
Yeah.
Weird stuff is happening.
I know what happened. So
Hey, dude.
you were there?
I was there.
Yeah,
Me and Puffy.
shit's getting weird right now.
No.
How old were you when that happened?
Shit. I was fucking 14. I was carrying a gun then. I think that's all the questions that we have.
Man, I liked the formal ones. They were kind of...
Yeah. Did you have any more formal ones, Matt?
I mean, I might still have a couple, but
Oh,
I
you
don't like the rest of them.
You
so.
said you freestyle, right?
Oh, God. We're going to try to go down that route.
Do you need another shot?
What I said, sir, was freestyling is what started.
Yeah, he
this
said-
You know what?
musical
He
I'm
did
journey.
say he used to freestyle.
But sometimes it's good to go back to your roots.
Yeah, it is. Maybe not
You
on
don't have to
video
do it, but I
camera.
was going to freestyle with you.
No, you know what's funny though, for real, is the difference, at least for sure in hip hop. Like, there's people that can actually freestyle.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not one of them.
Okay.
What I can do is garage freestyle, right? Like,
Perfect.
We're slugging Peaky Blinders. I might just lose my mind if we're gonna throw the
Yeah,
time
there you
up.
go.
Like, I can do that. But there's real life, like, hip hop freestyle rappers
Yeah.
that can, like, make it go. I'm good enough to keep the party alive, keep it going. There's
Right.
going to be some stutters and some nonsense and then some Paul Canerco. Like, wait, where'd you say Paul Canerco out of the blue for? Like, I'm that guy. I'm not like an actual proper freestyler. But no, hell yeah. I can get the things going. Actually, that's how I write a lot of my songs, for real. I know you asked it teasingly. If I got a good instrumental, I'll mumble through it. Or I'll freestyle something, like I got the Peaky Blinders and then the Flinders, and I'm like, so I'll record a track like that, and then if it has legs, I'll take those mumbled weird spots and be like, oh no, you should say I got the Peaky Blinders, my soul is lost, let's find her, and then you start actually building
And building off of that, yeah.
and then you're like, oh, okay, we're writing a fucking song.
Yeah.
So I'm not a great freestyler, and I'm not being humble, but
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
Can I show you how I freestyle?
Please.
Oh, great.
Cool.
I want you to judge me.
I will not.
I will.
I will listen and enjoy.
I just, I figured like,
And then right after, I'm maybe like, I changed my answer. I'm really good at this. Chris, I changed my answer. I'm fucking amazing at freestyle rap.
We're grading on a curve now.
Yeah,
so
yeah. On the curve, I'm fucking Nas.
Here we go. I'm going to do this for real. All right.
You're in the mix with Chris Cord.
That's actually sounded good. You didn't even fucking freestyle. You beat me. I'm drinking some Modelo's. I'm turning bright yellow. Matt's a bitch and I want the fellow. Okay, yeah, see, that's all I got. That's all I got.
He just wanted to call me a bitch. That's all he wanted to do.
Actually, I just wanted you to go now.
I'm drinking Modelo's, I'm hanging with the fellows. I might crack a couple whiskeys, might mellow, might smoke a J, might ride a hog, might fuck around and do the dirty dog. See, I ain't shit. Like, that's what I do. Like,
shit.
No, but for real, that's whack. Like, that's like.
How is that whack?
So if we're
Did you hear mine?
Yeah, but I'm supposed to be able to do this, dog.
So am I.
Like, if we're in a basement and we're fucked up, that's fun. Might ride a hog, might do the dirty dog. Like, cute, a bunch of drunk white guys. That's fun. Like, that's not a proper fucking rap verse. You know what I'm saying? Like, no fucking chance. So
but that came,
so I don't freestyle.
That came at the top of your dome.
I said what you said. You said the first line. I just ran with it.
Yeah, but I don't know what I said. Something about Matt being yellow.
We'll delete all this.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Is it because the mic thing's yellow? Is that why?
Yes, Matt is on the yellow color denominated mic for the record.
Over here it's green though.
Yeah, we got green, we got red, we got blue.
Yeah. Matt, did you have any more of your AI questions?
No. The rest of the AI questions are garbage. So
I want to hear one of the garbage ones though.
Oh, I wasn't a fan of them. I could pull it out.
Is this actually AI or are you guys just teasing?
Oh yeah. No, I used ChatGPT to come up with something.
Here's another question.
Amazing.
How long you been doing this?
My whole life. My whole life. I put my life into this. But
so, how do you stay authentic to your roots while adapting to the evolving trends in hip hop?
I continue to slug Bush Lights.
You were right on top of that question.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because that is like a nerdy AI question, but hip hop's adapting like crazy, right? And I'll be honest, I respect the shit out of it. It's not my style of music, and I don't necessarily love it as a fan. Like, it's getting way more about the vibe, which is not bad. It's just not me. Than it is about like the content of the lyrics, and even rapping is way less about spitting bars and rapping. There's some people doing it, J. Cole, Kendrick, there's tons, but a lot of it is more like. Vibey, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff. So, not chasing that trend, even though it seems like, damn, Lil Nas X and Doja Cat and all these people are really sounding
like
cool,
the mumble
doing
rap or
this.
whatever.
Yeah, but I kind of want to do it. No, dude, that you've never done that. You don't do that. Like, you're allowed to expand a little bit. But don't chase the trends.
So what do you think about the mumble rap?
Dude, anybody expressing themselves through art is cool with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Asking what do you think about the mumble rap to me is like, well, what do you think about, I don't fucking know, like this food dish.
Right.
Like, do you like, stuffed mushrooms? Like, nah, I don't really
but other people
fuck
do.
with mushrooms at all.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to shit on mushrooms. Like, dude, it's beautiful. So anyone expressing themselves through art and anybody finding a way out of their circumstance through art is cool with me.
Yeah. You need to write a book.
I don't know.
I need to read it too.
Dude, I got another soapbox diatribe for you, though. There's two ways my brain thinks. There's the fan, which is very easy to be like, fuck that mumble rap bullshit.
Yeah.
And then there's maybe someone scratching the surface or being near it and being like, oh, that motherfucker's doing his best to make art. You know what I mean? Like, watch this. This will get me canceled if I ever make it. Hey, man, you like Drake? Here's the fan. Ah, fuck Drake. Soft ass, pussy ass, whining on the mic ass Drake. Hell no. Now watch this. Hey, man, Drake actually heard your shit. he fucks with you. You learned a little bit more about the grind he took, and I'm like, shit, I love Drake. I respect the shit out of the Drake. Watch this. Let me take it more like local. Hey, you like the Cubs? Man, fuck the Chicago Cubs. I'm White Sox till I die. Hey, man, the Cubs called. Literally, my brother worked for the Cubs, and my sister-in-law, he won a fucking World Series with him. Like, your brother's there now. Do you like the Cubs? Like, well, yeah. You know, yeah, I like the Cubs. So the difference between, like, the fan version of all of us and then, like, the, oh, shit, like, we got to actually live and breathe in this world.
Yeah.
Like, Lars can't drum for shit. Fuck Lars. He's the worst drummer in metal. That's the... Hey, Lars called. Oh, all right. What's up, baby? You know what I mean? Like, you ever had Peaky Blinders?
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's always a guy.
That's another soapbox you didn't sign up for, but you know what I mean? Like, get breaking out of that fan mode and just into, like, what do I actually think about this art mode? So do I listen to mumble rap consistently? No. Yeah. Am I here to shit on it? Absolutely not. That's someone trying to fucking be creative, and that's what we want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's actually a good thing to go by. I do the opposite, and I'm not shaming the way you
shit
do
all
it.
over it.
Right. No, I'm not shaming the way that you do that, because that's the proper way, and I need to learn that more, because I just, honestly, I go on to my soapboxes and my fucking mind will just and just say shit. And I can't stop that. Like, I can never stop that. Like, to say what's on my mind, it's on my mind, it's coming out.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But I think it'll bite. Like, me and you were just talking about this, Matt. Like, one of these days, you know, because what we're trying to do here on the podcast is actually get more listeners, you know, and get more people to listen and all that. And it's happening, but like,
the ultimate goal is to have people hear independent artists. That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, of course. And that's our main thing, is to get, you know, independent artists, musicians out there. But then we'll have shows where I'll say some stupid shit, you know, and it won't.
Or I'll say some stupid shit.
It won't be terrible, but. And I was talking to him, I'm like, what if? And we have the shit recorded, and this is on the internet forever.
Right.
Something happens where, okay, we do make it, and then they all replay that shit, and it's like, well, wait, why did you say this, and why did you say that?
Yep.
So you're right. Like,
well, your guys' medium, the podcast medium, is such a unique catch-22 as well, right? Because it's all about being authentic with your boys, right? Look at Schultz, or look at even the other day we just said Shannon Sharp and Cat. They're talking like boys, like no one's holding back.
Yeah.
But the caveat is, people know them and like,
right?
Oh, that's just Chris. He speaks his mind.
Right. Who the fuck is Chris?
We guys are running the fine line of like, wait, fuck did he just say? Like, you can't say that. I never heard of you. But if you don't remain your true authentic self, then how the fuck are you ever going to get some
sold
authentic traction?
Right,
so
exactly.
It's like a catch-22. So, like, I don't have advice for you. It's just...
Well, damn.
I think people being salacious for the sake of
Were you asking for advice?
Yeah. I told them to write a book.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, him writing a book's one thing, but are we actually going to take that advice?
Dude, be authentic. That's the only advice. Do you? And if you say something dumb, just fucking...
There's the authentic me.
Delete it.
All right. Well, then, there you go, Matt.
I mean, all you can be is you at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So fuck them.
PJ, are you tired? You look...
No.
You've been pretty quiet over there, too.
No, I'm good.
All right.
You need some whiskey?
Just taking it all in. You guys are interesting. I'm like, listen to the pod.
Yeah.
I kind of like that the whiskey's still here. I have no idea the timeline of this thing. Do you care if I put a little of this
Go for
peaky
it.
in
Go
this
ahead.
thing here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ice ball's melting quite a bit, but...
That's all right.
So we're trying to do a live video. Hopefully this is still going, and hopefully I'll be able to... This is our first time doing
I
this.
think your phone died.
Yeah? Did it?
See.
I don't know. I can't see.
I have it on the battery pack. I have lights here. I have, first time. We had to do it with our,
We got A+ headphones for everybody.
You know what? Fuck you, Southside Jake.
Exactly.
Whose headphones you making fun of over there?
Well, he's got the Sonys. I don't even know what I'm wearing.
Oh, yours are the...
Well, to be fair, we didn't want you to wear those because the air cups are falling apart. You'd have black shit over your face.
I have those
I got a
ones.
hat on, which is saving me from
Those are actually not bad.
Dude,
Oh,
those-
sounds good. Sound.
Those ones, I have those Sonys that PJ are wearing, and then I'm not a gearhead guy, but fuck, I just got a pair of proper good ones, like studio quality, like actual good ones. They're a game changer, but like, dude, headphones are
It depends on
Depends on what you're doing. What we're doing right now is speaking to each other.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
need to
you can
each
hear
other.
yourself okay, right?
I mean, look at Matt's headphones.
That's all we need. Exactly.
Look at
My headphones are beautiful.
Right. We're not EQing a fucking opera, you know? Like,
Yeah.
throw the headphones on. Talk to the boys.
I'm gonna go on Amazon and buy another $5 set of headphones. What do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
They gotta match that somewhat.
I'm gonna find better ones. I saw a set with a crown on the top, so we're gonna go with those.
Yeah.
Dude, I like mixing on headphones. That's like a big no-no in music.
Really?
But
Yeah.
my deal is like, dude, people are going to fucking listen to them on headphones.
Right.
I do the
Especially
headphones.
nowadays.
Then I'll take the headphones off and listen. I'll do the car test. And I'm like, if it's hitting those three, we're good. But
Yeah.
I like mixing on headphones.
Most
Car
headphones
test
today
is
too.
the best, I think.
Most headphones today have great audio quality. Most.
100%.
So there's no. I don't think there's a problem mixing in headphones.
I think there's
I think
probably...
years ago there was a problem.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And also mixing on headphones versus mixing in some Dolby Digital LA studio that costs $5 million. Like, of course, you probably want to be mixing in
Like
there.
the one we're sitting in.
Yeah, exactly. But like both of our bootleg speakers pointed at us with maybe a sub on the ground. Like, I'm mixing on headphones, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck out here. You know what I mean?
But that's the way people listen, though.
Yeah, they listen.
Maybe it's changing because whenever I was producing music or doing something, it was always through speakers.
Yeah.
But anytime I tried to do it through headphones, it was too. It's weird. It felt claustrophobic for me.
It's very it is. It's matted kind of, and
Yeah.
it's very in your head, and it's right here, and you lose a little bit outside of teasing. Unless you have good headphones, you lose a little bit of that spatialness.
Yeah.
You know, so if you pan something, you're not going to fully maybe get it.
Well,
But
they got those newer headphones, though, with spatial audio and everything in them now. So
They do, but
Yeah.
that's digital.
if you get the really expensive ones, though, they've actually got different speakers inside of them, like
Yeah.
at different angles and shit.
spatial audio is becoming like if you bounce your music or mix it in this new spatial audio, I can't speak knowledge on it. Spotify is paying more per stream, and Apple Music is paying more per stream if your bounce is in this spatial audio qualifications.
shit.
Yeah.
I know that the newer, not the AirPods, but the bigger ones that they have, the actual headphones.
Max, AirPods Max.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bigger headphones, they have the spatial audio built in. So that's probably why they're paying more
And
for
it's
it.
crazy, like if you're in that. Remember when the Chronic 2001 came out, that Dr. Dre album, and the first thing was that movie, Dolce Double?
Yeah.
Dog. I think we're all roughly in the same age range. Where you were in the fucking 1991 Oldsmobile
Yeah.
in 2001, and you put that motherfucker on, and you put your little system on.
And you're like,
oh my,
And it's
oh my god,
real life.
Oh my god. So yeah, I'm here for the spatial audio. I'm not going to buy the special headphones for it, but
Nah, that
I'll
shit's
listen to it.
expensive.
not as much as they charge for those
I'll
fucking
listen
things.
to it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I got my $5 Amazon special.
Dude, it does the same shit. We're hearing each other right now. It's all good. That's the other thing. Here's another diatribe as you search to whether fucking end this or find an AI question. I've got a theory too called it's the man, not the mic. Like a lot of gearheads will be like, well, if you don't have the Manly fucking XN97 for $2,000, or if you don't have a Shure SM7B, it's like, bitch, I would rather listen to good music and a good singer out of a
Oh, 100%.
Cracker Jack mic than a bad singer on a $2,000 Manly.
Yeah.
Like, it's the man, not the mic.
Right.
He's got the fanciest mic here, and it's old as shit.
That's a SM58 there.
But it's old as shit too.
It is. Yeah.
We bought that in high school.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah. Well, that's a 58. Like, that's the live.
Right.
Like,
That's why we
playing
got
out
it
mic.
because
Yeah,
we
hell
were
yeah.
playing.
We were
a lot.
playing a lot
It was
live.
probably a big investment at the time in the whole deal.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
damn,
it was
we're getting
$150
That
or
one
something for
was
the
150
mic.
at the time,
Yeah.
yeah.
58s are still the, at least like, you know, once you hit arenas and a proper
Yeah.
touring, but 58s are still the go-to
I love 'em.
playing out mic.
I love 'em.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome. But yeah, dude, everyone's like, you can't, dude, get a fucking standard mic. Throw that shit in, what's the standard thing that comes with Apple? GarageBand. Throw it in
GarageBand,
GarageBand. Like, don't, I don't want to hear about, I didn't have money for the studio, bitch.
You could literally do it anywhere
Right.
now.
Well, that reminds me of that. You were talking about that. I had to look up the guy's name, but that Oliver Anthony, who did, he basically had just like a big set up in the woods. He did that Richmond, north of Richmond.
Yeah.
That stuff's great, and that's not on any kind of equipment. He's just out there with his guitar singing. It's
Because good music's
that's
gonna-
all. You hear just the soul like just crawling out of him. It's crazy.
Good music's going to shine no matter what. Even all these legends we're talking about, the Beatles, all this stuff, they're recording on, 8 tracks, maybe at the most, 12 tracks. You know, again, I'm not a gearhead, but so we're playing it as a live band in a room. We're tracking it, most of it all at the same exact time. Like, that would not meet today's recording standards.
Yeah.
But you love those fucking songs. You cry to those songs.
And they still sound great.
Right. So I don't want to hear like, "Oh, I didn't have a Shure SM7 beat." Like, bitch, record your fucking song. Let's see if it's a good song, because we can always take it to the big boy studio later on. You know what I mean? Like, oh.
I think I prefer the. Nowadays, there's too much shit. You know, there's too much tracks that you can record on. There's too much. I liked when everything was dumbed down back in the day, because you had to be creative.
Like a 4-track recorder like we had.
A 4-track, yeah. But you had to be creative as fuck. I mean, you had to, take 4 tracks. You had to record the 4 tracks and then replay that, record 4 tracks again, and then think of like different things. You didn't have all this fucking...
Yeah, you had to layer it after the fact. You couldn't
Right.
put it together all at once.
So I think that forced you to be more creative with your music. Now it's just like, all right, we lay down tracks. And I'm not saying that it sounds bad at all, but I'm just saying that like there was a lot more creativity that came out.
Well, and you had to be tighter as an instrumentalist as well, too.
Yeah.
There was no such thing as botching a chord or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you had to have the money for the tape and some kind of space, or at least recorder, to run the reel-to-reel, right? So right now, the barrier to entry to creating music is lower than it's ever been in the history of life, right? And it's like everything. It's a two-sided coin, because the bad news is any fucking bum can just record a song on GarageBand, just like I just said, and it's probably going to suck. The good news is, holy shit, that fucking PJ Conway was a poet this whole fucking time, and we didn't know it. Like, I used your name, but I'm not, you know, I mean it sincerely, and then like, that's all he needed was a mic and GarageBand, just like the dude you said, the Virginia, like, holy fuck. So, curse and a blessing. The barrier to entry to everything is lower right now. Like, we could publish a children's book tomorrow. We couldn't do that 25 years ago.
You'd never find a publisher to pick it up.
Right. So I love that art has like a pathway now, but you got to sift through more fucking bullshit than you would have with a 4-track.
There's too much coming in now, yeah.
Yeah.
There was and we talked about this a lot on the show. A lot of bands, a lot of artists, and I don't know if you're doing the same thing, will just release singles instead of albums. And it seems like it's
nobody buys albums anymore.
It's the more plausible way, that people are doing things now.
It's way more plausible in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, the pure hippie artist in me would love to listen to an album and sit down and consume it and put the record on and drink some whiskey and be in the room and all that. The music marketer in me is like, dog, all that time and effort you put into writing, recording those 40 songs to get chopped down to 12, and then you're promoting that one album. We could have been putting all that time and effort into one song.
And you might be only promoting 1 or 2 singles.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But we write one song, we promote the shit out of that one. We write another one, we promote the shit out of that one. Right? And then we see what sticks. And then, like, I'd love to write a concept album, but we ain't got no fucking time for that.
That's crazy. Because if you think about it, I mean, I'm just going to take The Wall, for example. If that shit was going on now, that would never, ever happen.
Ever.
And, like, all these artists and bands that, you know, we've interviewed and talked to, like, they all say the same thing. No, we do, singles and all that. But, like, they can have
some of them will release an EP, but it's just like 3 or 4 songs.
They can have a very good concept album that, you know, is built there. Because I fucking love concept albums. But it seems like that's just not the thing to do today.
I love the idea of an album. I think that's something that should be honored as like a listener. Like, I literally just listened to 2 days ago, Busta Rhymes had Extinction Level Event. It came out in, I think, 2002. I just listened to it front to back the other day.
Yeah.
Albums are fucking dope.
Oh, yeah.
But
And usually the artists orchestrate them in a way where it tells a story throughout the entire album.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the art, the physical, like the artwork, like the illustrations tie
That was
into it.
awesome.
That was the
and
best.
that's part of it. And then you look at the
You
lyrics.
put the CD or the record on or whatever. You'd be sitting there just staring at the shit, reading it. And,
Dude, you got the interludes, all that jazz. Dude, I would love to do that. I just think we live in we live in the TikTok age, right? So
Right.
it's just like, is
They
this
want
cool?
shit
Is it not?
fast.
Is it cool? Is it not?
Yeah.
It's not like we're waiting on bated breath because the Stones album is dropping Tuesday and we're all gonna get it. You know,
We don't want to stand in line anymore.
you gotta adjust with the times. I
Stand in line at
suppose.
the record store for the release date.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
or the actual Ticketmaster locations, like you'd be outside the Jewel,
Yeah.
or the
Carson
JC
Pierce
Penney.
Scotts.
Yeah.
And I remember when Jewel had like the ticket sales and shit for stuff. You'd go there for like the fucking like circus even. You'd go to Jewel to
Everything.
get the tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was fun. Instead of going online and then
Oh, it's so much easier. It's so much easier. I want 4 tickets done.
for the lazy man in you.
Right. Dude, but then pulling them up is hard sometimes now too, because it's like download the ballpark app and upload this and fucking scan your retina. It's like, dog, I'm just trying to get a hot dog and go to the game. Like, I don't,
Here's your porn you looked at last week.
right, exactly. You're fumbling with the thing in front of the usher. The browser history pops up. Like,
A
dog,
big dick pops
I'm
out.
just trying to. Fuck! Trying to see the White Sox. Hey, the Royals.
I swear this is what I was looking at before. I swear.
Exactly.
He's winking at you.
Shit don't work. Golly.
All right. So I think that's all we have for today. Hey, man, I want to thank you so much for coming on.
We did it all.
It's been awesome. Like, thank you, Southside Jake. PJ, thank you for coming up here.
You're welcome.
And
It was nice to meet Southside Jake
He's not gonna thank me
for the first
I was
time.
I'm always here.
Maddie?
I'm always here.
Maddie?
Oh, Maddie's always here. He's a co-host here. Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
Go fuck yourself.
I quit.
So where can everyone find your stuff?
Well, guys, you can find me at SouthsideJake.com. No, everything is Southside Jake. I Southside is one word, which is technically incorrect in the grammatical world. But all my Instagram, Facebook, website, everything is just Southside Jake. So.
And it's all on streaming platforms, too.
Oh yeah,
like-
to Spotify and anywhere you can get music. I'm on AMI jukeboxes. Fingers crossed. Really close to closing something with TouchTune jukeboxes. So
Oh, shit.
yeah, we're out here.
Nice.
Anywhere. If you throw Southside Jake in the Google machine, it'll populate.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, thanks a lot for coming up here.
Dude, for real. Love that what you guys are doing. Love that you had me here, and appreciate the platform.
Yes, for sure.
Salud.
You heard it, Southside Jake.
Once again, thank you for listening to The Chris Court Show. Remember, if you have a band or business, or know someone that has a band or business, send all the info and MP3s to chriscourtshow@gmail.com. Chicken nuggets and cranberry sauce.
The Chris Court Show.